Hey everyone, welcome back. I would like to ask you all one thing. How many of you really feel anxious when you are asked to speak in the public suddenly or get interviewed or asked you to speak in the podcasts? Well, I am also the same person. Whenever I get into that type of situation, my mind goes blank. So, this video is all about how successfully I messed up my first podcast and what I have learned from it. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Me, 1 hour before the podcast. I was literally preparing few points what I need to speak up. Then I have done few breathing exercises and I was like, Navya, you got this. You can do it. It is just a podcast where you're sharing your insights with another person. So there is nothing to feel anxious or nervous. Cool down, calm down, just say what you are willing to say. Well, seriously, I was motivating in this type of way before an hour of the podcast. Even before 5 minutes, I was very confident. As soon as I joined in the meeting, I don't know what happened. I lost the total motivation. I don't know. Suddenly, I was blank. I got tensed. So, I was having my first podcast with Professor Kev. So, he just asked me, how are you? And how it is going. How it is going. And I said, yeah, I'm fine. And I asked him, how about you? He said, okay. As I was building both the other side and Creo Vibe, he had asked me about both the things. He had taken the podcast of the both the things within span of 10 minutes. He also explained me what he's going to ask and how the podcast is going to be prior. Well, after knowing everything, I was in the same situation. So the first mistake is being anxious, nervous, or tensed. So when you get into that situation, your mind goes blank. You don't know what to say. The thoughts don't pop up. Because of that anxiousness, here comes the second mistake, calmness. You lose your calmness, you lose your control, and you be like you have to talk something. Because of this calmness, the third mistake comes the speed of talking. You know, when you lose your calmness, you don't know what you're speaking. You just come up with the random words, random things. The situation is like I have to speak something, but I don't know what exactly I have to speak. It is in your mind, but it doesn't come out. You know, it is a horrible experience. You can see me talking how clearly right now, but in the podcast, I rushed like hell. Well, it is very easy to talk alone in the room. Yeah, I'm right now alone in my room. So, yeah, that's why the confidence is popping up. But we have to maintain the same confidence, same calmness, and the same speed while talking in front of one member or hundreds of members. The fourth mistake is organizing your thoughts. Let me connect this. First mistake, anxiousness. Because of that, you lose your calmness. Because of that, you lose control over your speed of talking. Because of that, you don't able to organize your thoughts properly. Well done, you messed it up. Congratulations. Yeah. And that regretness after the podcast is very horrible, especially if you're an overthinker. Well, yeah, I have faced that for 2 hours. I was in a trauma that why did I tell that? Why did I tell this? What if I could say this instead of that? What if I could say instead of this? Man, I was in a deep discussion with my brain after the podcast. I think I was in the same situation the next day morning. Well, it happens, and that's how I thought to make this video. So, because of one thing at the starting, we have lost many things and finally messed it up. So, having self control and dealing with that anxiousness plus confidence together makes you slay. Lacking in any one of them is a problem. Well, I was lacking the first one. So, I'm not in the stage right now to give you tips or tricks to how to deal with anxiousness because I'm still facing it. Well, I should also start exploring how could I deal with it. One tip I could give you is stay positive when you're tensed. Your thoughts are jumping, your mouth is rushing, you don't have control yourself and don't know what to do. Take a little pause and try thinking the positive situations happened in your life. Maybe that could work because it worked for me in the same podcast while I was rushing. Please don't ask me exact scenario where did I used that or where did it work because I don't want to remember that podcast again. Okay, so let's end this video with a little motivation to me and you. Well, mistakes are done by each one of us. Neither me nor you is perfect. Not even the great Elon Musk, right? Everyone has a situation in life where they does mistakes. But never overthink it or regret it. Learn from it and don't repeat it in your next step. Overthinking and feeling regret just damages your mental peace and wastes your time. Chill, man. Life is full of up and downs. You make mistakes, you learn from it, and you grow. Don't need to be so harsh on yourself. Let it go. Stay chill. Never think what others think. People validation is none of your business. Let them think whatever they want. Few members think that you are an idiot. Well, I also got into that situation while I was overthinking. Few people think that she's still in the starting stage. She'll grow. Few people think that, man, she's already doing a great job. So there are supporters, there are haters in the same world. Focus on supporters rather than haters. No one can stop you. Let's make a promise to each other that we'll develop a calmness in us and also a skill to deal with anxiousness and finally slay our public speaking with confidence. Thanks for watching. If you really feel connected and you are also on the same page, you can share your situation and insights in the comment box. So, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for the next video. Till then, have a nice day. Bye bye.